everybody, it's Steve over at Dual Streams. I just got done playing Beyond Blue. Really zen experience. But I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Steve.
Steve. Oh, look at that.
Steve.
Steve.
It works out
So
well.
why don't you give us a little bit of an elevator pitch? What did I just play?
You just played Beyond Blue. So Beyond Blue is from Eline Media, and we are in partnership with BBC and Blue Planet 2. And this is our opportunity to go explore the world's oceans a little bit. So you played as Mirai. She's a deep water ocean explorer, and she and her research team have been called to the South China Sea to investigate some unusual biological activity taking place there. Big thing that kind of sets this apart from a lot of other underwater games is that because of our partnership with BBC, Blue Planet 2, and scientists, we have the ability to actually make this as real as possible. We've set it 10 to 15 years in the future to kind of make some technological conceits like rebreather technology, things like that, so you're not playing like a survival game. I don't have to like come racing back to the sub every time. But we wanted all of your interactions and the facts and stuff like that were being presented within the game. We think that they're interesting enough in the real world as is, so we presented them as true as possible.
So speaking to the realism, obviously you had a lot of consultants, you had a lot of scientists get their hands all over this, and I guess that would be a good place to introduce.
Right, Anna Becker.
Stephen,
Hi.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So what was the role? Like, where did you get the science involved in this thing? Was it from the very beginning? Did you just want to make something that was just easy to play and then kind of work on the realism and the science of it? Or was it a situation where that was the intent from the beginning and then you kind of figured out the game after that?
It was the intent from the beginning, and then you got involved before I did even.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, no, from the very beginning they wanted to make the game as scientifically real as possible. Like all the right fish in the right place, all the rocks have to look as close to the ocean as possible.
So I noticed when I was playing that I was learning and it wasn't beating me over the head with it.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I guess, yeah, that sound would interfere with communicating, like stuff like that. Talk about getting to that point where it doesn't feel like a speak and spell ABC, Sesame Street, hold your hand, teach you things. Because it was like sneaky. It was getting in there all stealthy-wise.
Well, it's one of those things that, so our last game was 2014's Never Alone. And so we worked with Cook Inlet Tribal Council, the Inupiat people up in Alaska. So again, a group that not a lot of people know a lot about, and we wanted to make sure they were kind of like subtly bringing things through there. So at Eline, we've got kind of a history of that. We never want to soapbox it. We want people to explore the world around them and using technology as much as possible. And if this is the way that people have the chance to interact with a part of the planet, part of the world that we don't know a lot about, and most people don't know a lot about, then that's great. And if they pick up a little bit more from it, they get a little bit more curiosity out of it, then we've done what we've set out to do.
Do you think that this is really important, especially now with the way technology is going, the way entertainment is kind of moving away from your traditional film, television, music, and really like video games being the entertainment medium? Do you think this is a very important way to kind of bring awareness to certain causes? Do you think this is the way that we should be doing things?
I mean, that's a great question. And I mean, yeah, we've sort of built our structure around that idea. It's one of the most interactive medias that exists there. It's one where, I mean, we're in Boston right now, and over the next 4 days, we're going to have 130,000 people coming through these halls. And that's a spectacular amount of people. And they're curious, and they want to play, and they want to explore, and they want to interact and engage with things. And if we can reach out and find them on those particular levels, then we have a better chance of positively affecting our future. Being aspirational, inspirational in video games is not anything new. We all remember like reading Rabbit and things like that going all the way back in like certain games that have carried on different trends. But if we're growing with the industry, if we're growing with our audience, then we need to be able to present things in a smoother and better way than possible. And so this kind of bridges that particular gap as well. We like set out to make something that's going to be fun and entertaining, but if you're pulling more from it, then you're having a richer experience, then it's your time better spent.
And that's got to be exciting for the science community too, because it's just another avenue that isn't sitting in class or forcing people to do their own research. It's just another avenue for people to get their hands on information that they wouldn't have already been able to get their hands on.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of engaging a new community that I had never thought of, getting interested in the ocean through video games before I started working here. And this is just reaching a whole new set of people who maybe have not even gotten a chance to be around the ocean or even gone snorkeling or grew up near the ocean. So it's, giving people a chance to see what's out there and being really interactive with it.
I gotta say, I was sucked in. Andy didn't think I was gonna be that sucked in for that long, but it really took me by surprise.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, technology's there. We're learning how to do surgery with video games now. There's occupational therapy through video games, and now you can learn about the ocean through video games. So you go Beyond Blue. Go check it out, and stay tuned on Dual Screens.